welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It is Challenge the Scorpion, and this time a unique game, one that hasn't been played on the channel before. And we're asking the question, what happens when two hive fleets cross paths? And the answer is obvious, they fight. So Tyranids against Tyranids on this table. Nice green terrain here. Will Warwick has come along and he's brought his Tyranid force down. It's 1850 points, and they'll be facing my revamped Tyranid force of 1850 points as well. They're fighting on the green planet here. There's not much sign of any civilization, just Tyranids to be found. Some old ruins just there, but other than that, it's woods, rough ground, some hills, and scrub. But it will be on this terrain that two Tyranid forces will clash and fight it out to the bitter end. Welcome to this 1850 point Challenger Scorpion game. Will Warwick is back. He's brought his Tyranid force down, and they'll be fighting against my Tyranids here. Just going to run through the list. It's the winged hive tyrant there, just with wings, and then one Trigon, one Morlock, one hive chrome with dual cannon tentaclids, and 6 Raveners with rending claws. And then, as a troop's choice, one Tervagon with 30 gaunts. Then a brood of 2 Carnifexes, one of them with crushing claws. And then 3 individual venom ropes. And then the spawn of Cryptus and the children of Cryptus, 8 gene stealers with rending claws. And then the spawn of Cryptus as well. There it is, 1850 points of Tyranids.
Alright, so this is the 1850 points of Tyranids I'm going to be bringing today. So we'll start with the troops. We've got 4 units of 10 Hormagaunts, and they all have toxin sacks. And moving in behind them there, we have 3 Venom Thropes. And just to their right there, the 5 Spore Mines in the fast attack slots. Down here in troop choices, we have 6 warriors in 2 broods of 3, and in both squads they're kitted out exactly the same, and that's 2 lash whips and bone swords, adrenal glands and flesh hooks. And just behind them there we've got 2 Carnifexes in a brood, and they both have 2 sets of twin link devourers with brain leech worms. And in the back there we've got 3 lictors. In the HQ slots we've got 2 hive tyrants, and they are equipped the same because they both have wings, and they both have 2 sets of twin link devourers with brain leech worms, except for the one on the right who also has regeneration. And then finally, the last thing in the list, we have 2 zone ropes in a brood.
Right, so there's Will's 1850 point list. And just to clarify, the 2 Carnifexes there and the 2 winged hive tyrants, they are armed with the 2 sets of devourers with brain leech worms. So it'd be interesting, Tyranids against Tyranids. We haven't done that before, but I think I've always looked forward to playing a game of 2 forces fighting each other, and it makes sense. Just that instinctive behaviour. Tyranids will just eat anything that moves. These 2 hive fleets crossing paths, and then that instinctive behaviour taking over and devouring whatever's in their path. So we're going to go on to scenario and deployment now for these 2 forces in this Challenger Scorpion game. Right, the scenario is Purge the Alien. So it's kill points, which is a perfect scenario for these 2 Tyranid forces, and it's Vanguard Strike deployment. So there's a central line of dice running up the table here that marks the centre of the table. Will's green Tyranids will be deploying on the right hand side here, so they'll be looking up the table in this direction, or it'll be Will's left hand side of the long table edge, and then coming across here my red Tyranids will be deploying in this corner of the table, The objectives are just to get kill points, and then there's Slay the Warlord, Linebreaker, and First Blood as well. So whoever kills the most stuff wins. It's as simple as that. Right, so deployment for the two forces here. Both the Winged Hive Tyrants for Will, just at the back, ready to move out. Will's presuming he's going to go first here. Zoanthropes out on the extreme right-hand flank. 2 units of Hormagaunts here, 1 unit at the back, and then 1 unit just at the front here. The Venomthrope Brood and the Warriors just tucked behind, and then the 2 Carnifexes. So clustering together again is the tactic that Will's using here. Winged Hive Tyrants ready to move out and take the fight to the enemy. And coming across here, clustering again together here for the Tyranids. A real tribal instinct taking over. Yeah, glide mode here for the Hive Crone and the Winged Hive Tyrant, starting the game on the table. Trigon starting the game on the table. In fact, there are no reserves for this force here. The 2 Carnifexes just behind the hill. The Children of Cryptus just on the edge of the woods. Venomthropes spread out, 1 here, 1 in the middle, then 1 on the left. Raveners at the back, and then the Tervagon and the 30-strong unit of Gaunts on the left. And this time the Morlocks at the back, ready to burrow straight away on turn 1. Then one other thing here, just missed them in the woods. The Lictors have infiltrated here. They blend in so well. They look like some of the bushes there, but in fact it's Lictors in the woods. But you can be guaranteed that the red Tyranids don't know that the green Tyranids are hidden in the woods just there. Just in reserve for Will is 5 Spore Mines. That's all that is off the table. The rest is on. So there it is, the 2 forces facing off against each other. The greens against the reds. Which Hive fleet will prevail in this game? We're going to try and seize initiative. Yeah, we'll roll it. On a 4 we don't. So Will's green Tyranids are going to go first. Green Tyranid turn 1 coming up. So Will's moving forward here. You can barely see the Tyranids. They blend in so well. This is the absolute perfect colour scheme for this terrain here. Look, if you look in the distance, you can't see anything, but there are Tyranids over there, a big horde of them, as opposed to these reds, which stand out a mile. So maybe this is their home planet. Well, we reckon maybe Will's force has been on the planet longer, and they have adapted to the environment, and now their armour blends in with their surroundings. Both sides using Venomthropes. It is an effective way of protecting your force, but both sides will be employing it here in this game. And both sides also clumping together, sticking together to try and bring maximum close combat potential when these 2 sides clash. It looks like they're going to clash in the middle. We'll moving forwards without hesitation here, moving up quickly, and these units sticking together. So movement done here. It's a full move really. They've moved up 6. Carnifexes pushing through. Hormagaunts pushing through. There's 40 of them at least in those 4 units of 10. The Warriors moving up. Venomthropes there as well with their distinctive sort of orange colour on their backs. Zoanthropes moving up 6 inches toward the Tyranid line. And then Will's just moving the 2 Winged Hive Tyrants up 24 inches as well, moving up fast. Going to go on to Psychic Phase now on turn 1 for the Green Tyranids. Right, so Psychic Phase for the Green Tyranids on turn 1. Feel no pain granted to the Winged Hive Tyrants?
Both of them.
Yeah, feel no pain granted to both of the winged hive tyrants. That's good psychic abilities there. And then the Zoanthropes tried to fire Warp Blast. They rolled a Perils of the Warp, took a wound on one of them, and then we denied it on a 6/6. And then Paroxysm cast on the Carnifexes here, they're -1 ballistic and weapon skill. That's Psychic phase done. Shooting phase coming up now. Probably a lot of run moves to do for Will's force. Shooting phase coming up. Right, shooting phase for the green Tyranids on turn 1. Not really much in range, so Will's ran these extra inches up the table, and then the Hormagaunts move surging ahead very, very quick. They're halfway across already. 3 inches with the Carnifexes, Venomthropes moving up as well, Warriors moving up, and the Zoanthropes just shuffled back an inch as well. That's the end of turn 1 for the green Tyranids. We'll see what the red Tyranids do now on turn 1. Right, movement for the red Tyranids on turn 1. The Trigon moving forward 6 inches. Gaunts moving up 6 inches. 6 inches moved up by the Tervagon as well, and then it spawned with no doubles 12 Gaunts. They've landed themselves in that woods just on the edge there. Venomthropes 1, 2 moving up. Raveners moving up just behind the main brood. The Children of Cryptus behind there as well. 2 Carnifexes just behind the hillside with a Venomthrope. And the Winged Hive Tyrant jumping up and over 24 inches. And then the Hive Chrome booming forwards here, 24 inches as well. There's a lot of flying things in the air at the moment as these creatures attack each other on the ground and in the sky. So we're going to go on to Psychic phase now for the red Tyranids on turn 1. Right, so Psychic phase for the red Tyranids on turn 1. We cast Onslaught here, and I've run forward an extra 4 inches. But the main turn up here was Psychic Scream, which dealt out a wound on the Winged Hive Tyrant. There are a number of wounds coming in on the 2 Hormagaunt units, and then rolled very high on the LD for the Carnifex, and only LD 7. The Carnifex, his head exploded because of the Psychic Scream, and he's gone. Carnifex destroyed by the Winged Hive Tyrant's Psychic Scream. So pretty eventful turn for Psychic powers. Going to go on to Shooting phase now. For the red Tyranids on turn 1. Right, so shooting for the red Tyranids on turn 1. Draw cannon firing down here caused 2 casualties. And then 21 shots here firing at the Zoanthropes caused a load of wounds, and Will fouled some of the invuln saves there, and they're gone. It's knocking up a couple of points here. The squad in the woods and the Stinger Salvo from the Tervagon has brought down 4 of the Gaunts just on the squad here. That's all the shooting done. There's no assaults, so we're going to hand over to the green Tyranids on turn 2. Right, so moving for the green Tyranids on turn 1. Winged Hive Tyrant still flying. Across here has made his way towards the Carnifexes. Will's other Winged Hive Tyrant moving up in this direction. There's a lot of flying stuff on the table here. Then the Hormagaunts, 2 units surging forwards. The lone Carnifex moving up. Venom Thropes, Warriors, and the other 2 units of Hormagaunts at the back. Still sticking together, moving through this gap here towards the red Tyranid position. So we're going to go on to Psychic Phase now on turn 2 for the green Tyranids. Right, so Psychic Phase for the Tyranids. The green Tyranids on turn 2, and we'll put all of his energy into the Psychic Scream over here, and we tried to deny it with all of our energy, and then we couldn't stop it. So Psychic Scream went off, Hive Crone took 2 wounds, and then the Gaunts in the woods, they took 3 wounds, and the Gaunts out in the open, they took 2. So some damage done there from Psychic Scream. Very noisy battle, this one. A lot of screaming being done in the air, and it's proving pretty effective. The flyers on both sides harassing these 2 forces as they close in. So we're going to go on to Shooting Phase now. I've got a feeling it's going to be pretty effective from Will. He's got more shooting than we have, and it may well prove effective. Right, so shooting for the green Tyranids on turn 2, and Will converged fire here on the Winged Hive Tyrant, and he's gone. That's fire from this Winged Hive Tyrant and this Winged Hive Tyrant, and also the Carnifex firing up with his weapons as well. Winged Hive Tyrant's brought down. That's a point to Will, and then a point for Slay the Warlord as well. Going to go on to the assaults now. Will's got a couple of charges to make. We'll see if these Hormagaunts charge in. They're going into cover. But he's fleet, so he may well make it in. Hard to call this game so far. Both the Hormagaunt units failed to reach the Gaunts in the woods. There's no other assaults, no other combats. So we're now going to go over to red Tyranid turn 2. There's a lot of stuff left on both sides. It's the flyers doing damage, but we'll see what happens, see what the Reds can do here as they try and take on the Green Menace head on. Right, so moving for the red Tyranids on turn 2. Carnifexes have just backed off here, looking to go into the woods. Venom Throat just in front of them. Then the spawn of Cryptus unit there, or the children of Cryptus, they've moved into the woods. Another unit of the small unit of Gaunts that's left over, they've shifted over, and then a new unit of 10 has taken up position into the woods just here, and we rolled a double 2, so that's the end of spawning for the Tervigon, but it's done pretty well this game. Ravener's just moving around the back, 1 Venom Throat there with them, and then round on the left, the Trygon sweeping round, the Gaunts facing down in this direction, and then 1 Venom Throat with them as well. And then move of the day really for the red Tyranids. A Vector Strike from the Hive Crone has caused 3 wounds on the Carnifex, so it's a good result there. We're going to go on to Psychic Phase now on turn 2 for the red Tyranids. Right, Psychic Phase done. The Winged Hive Tyrant's gone, so not much to report really. We just did Onslaught here, and that made the Trygon move on 4 inches. We'll be able to shoot, but that's it. Not really much of an eventful Psychic Phase now. The Winged Hive Tyrant is no more, so we're going to go on to shooting now on turn 2 for the red Tyranids. Shooting for the red Tyranids on turn 2. It's been pretty good. We just ran 2 inches into the woods here with the Venom Throat. The other Venom Throat ran 3 inches into the woods, so the Reds are really burrowing down into the foliage here. And then fire from the Gaunts, 2 units have reduced this unit down to 2, and then the smaller unit that was there has gone. That was fire from this unit firing down through here. Draw Cannon firing across here has put 2 wounds on the Warriors, and then has killed 1 of the Venom Throats. So pretty effective from the Hive Crone in this game. So the Hive Crone is well suited for killing other Tyranids. but that's the end of turn 2. There's no assaults here. So we're going to go on to green Tyranids turn 3. So Tyranids against Tyranids, recommend that you play it if you can. It's a good fun game. I think we're both enjoying this one. Just seeing these creatures running into each other, all these strange powers that are being used in the psychic phase. It's quite entertaining. The two sides haven't really completely locked horns yet, but a lot of damage being done by these flyers going around in the psychic phase and with shooting. Definitely good upgrades, those twin-linked devourers with the brain leech worms. They're causing trouble. Just with two of them as well, with two winged hive tyrants, able to cause a lot of damage. Right, so we're just moving here. The spawn miners have landed exactly where we wanted them, at the back. The winged hive tyrant moving up and over. Will's not vector striking with his because he wants to be able to use both of his twin link weapons there firing down. He deems that they're more effective. And then over here, the winged hive tyrant. The two have split company now, one at the far end of the table and then one down this end, and he'll still be in range to be able to fire his weapon in the shooting phase at the hive crown, which is coming under fire as it looms over the green Tyranid force. But closing in fast here, Carnifex moving up, Venom Thropes moving up. And looks like again Will's force have come round. They're splitting to flow around the hill on both sides. So spreading around to the right hand side with the Hormogaunts there and warriors, and then moving up on the left here as well with the Venom Thropes, the last remaining Carnifex. Warriors moving up, and then the Hormogaunts look like they're going to head in that direction as well. Lictor's also bursting out of cover, making a dash for the red Tyranid position as well. Right, psychic phase here for the green Tyranids. Paroxysm on the Children of Cryptus here, so that's knocked their weapon skill and ballistic skill down by 3. And then over here, Dominion cast on this winged hive tyrant. The other winged hive tyrant, Feel No Pain, he's been granted, and also Psychic Scream. The Gaunts passed, the Trigon passed, the Venom Throat died, and 5 wounds on the Raveners as well. So pretty effective there. That's the end of Psychic phase. Going to go on to shooting now for the green Tyranids on turn 3. Right. Will's rolling up hits here. He's firing from here at the Hive Crone, so could be in a bit of trouble. It's got a load of hits and some rerolls. A whole lot of hit. That's not a good start for the Reds.
6, P5. So
yeah, freeze to wound.
And
he's got a massive cluster.
3. Oh,
there's 2 there. So got a load of saves to make here. Well, 4+, or the Hive Crone comes crashing down. Oh, it's good, but not good enough. 3 wounds dealt out. That's a total of 5 down. The Hive Crone is gone. Very, very effective shooting. Really, the flyers have been key in this game, and it's Will's 2 flyers that now dominate the skies. The Reds no longer have any presence in the air. Right, she's just firing at the Raveners here. Freeze to hit. Ballistic skill 4. Yeah, all but 1. Deadly. Got to take this upgrade. And mine's made up. Got to take this upgrade for mine. Winged Hive Tyrant. Strength 6, toughness 4, 2s. They all wound. And the AP?
Dash.
It's AP dash. So we get some kind of save. We can take our armor save of 5+. Or we can take a cover save of 5+. Not really going to help us either way. So 5s or 6s. Only 1. That is a lot of Raveners, 3 dead Raveners and an extra wound. There's 1 on 2 wounds, that's 4 Raveners brought down. There's only 1 left. That is a horrendous blow to the Reds. I thought we were doing well, but now, thanks to that shooting, I think the favour may have gone towards the green Tyranids in the shooting phase. It's just firing at the Gaunts now with the Carnifex. The same weapons, but just lower ballistic skill. Now he's going to try and wound. It's a fair amount of hits. All wounded except 1. 6 is to save. Save 1. 5 Gaunts brought down. Right, it's a shooting phase for the green Tyranids. The Hive Crone's gone, sadly. And then these Gaunts moving up, running quite a way. And then the Warriors firing through, killed 2 Gaunts in the woods. And then the Carnifex, he managed to kill some of the Gaunts just ahead there. And then the rest of Will's force swinging around to the right, heading up in this direction. 1 unit of Gaunts and the Warriors, and then the squad of 2 just slinking at the back here, trying to stay alive and avoiding conceding that kill point. So we're going to go into assaults now. Do you have any assaults, Will? Yeah, he does. I think the Carnifex is going to try and smash into the woods.
Yeah, far down here, so he's sorting these guys.
He's going to try and... No, he's not going into the woods. He's going up here. He fired in that direction, so he's going to roll up. So we're going to fire Overwatch here. I've got 19 shots, needing 6s. Yeah, got 3. Triple 6 would be good. Double 6. 2 saves. Fouled 1. The Carnifex is brought down by Gaunts. Overwatch. Will's smirking, but he may well not be too happy about that. Maybe he wants to roll to see if he would have reached with the charge, or maybe he doesn't want to roll because it might annoy him even more. He's going to roll up here. Oh, double 6, he would have piled into them. So that marks the end of the turn. Just when you think the Greens had the upper hand, they've taken a blow at the end of the turn there, but still really the advantages of them, we think. Just those winged hive tyrants now able to dominate the skies and really making a difference in the game. We're going to go on to Red Tyranids, turn 3, coming up. Where's the Morlock? 3+ for this Morlock coming on. A 3, it has arrived. Now where shall we go? Right, the Morlock's arrived, and we're going to try and land there. Oh, wild, wild. So it's strength 6. B2, 1 wound. You're still in the way, so I'm going to roll again. 3, yeah. So 2 wounds dealt out. You are gone, and that clears the path for the Morlock to burst up. But it could have been a lot worse, that's for sure. Yeah, we're just looking at the casualties here. We're saying it's pretty even looking. Some key units lost on both sides, really. So yeah, about even, which is nice. It's good. The game's mixed up. We can't really call it at this stage. Right, so Red Tyranid turn 3 movement. And the Carnifexes and the Venom Thrope just holding their position where they are at the moment. Then bursting out of the woods. It's a counter-attack here, so there will be a clash in the middle. This unit of Gaunts moving out, the Children of Cryptus moving out, the Venom Thrope moving up behind, and then the other Gaunts moving up, and the Lone Ravener surging forwards as well to take on the Venom Thrope. Those two are going to lock in combat. And then the Morlock bursting up killed one of the Venom Thropes there. Then swinging around, the Tervagon is going to take on those Spore Mines, try and remove a few, and possibly charge into combat as well. And then round the other side, the Trigon and the large unit of Gaunts are going to try and take on these Hormogaunts and Warriors. It's going to go into Psychic phase now on turn 3 for the Red Tyranids. And we just did Instinctive Behaviour here. We failed with Lurk and have fallen back 4 inches with the Venom Thrope. He doesn't like it there. He's fallen back and gone out of the woods. Much on the Psychic phase, really. Only 3 dice, and I've cast Dominion here, so I've expanded his synapse range, and that's it. So straight on to shooting now on turn 3 for the Red Tyranids. Shooting on turn 3 for the Red Tyranids, firing ahead here from both Gaunt units. 1 unit there, 1 unit there. They've fired, and he still had the cover save with the Venom Thrope there, so just killed 1 Gaunt. And then no shooting or running here. Stinger Salvo killed 2 of the Spore Mines, and then effective shooting from the Gaunts. So we've been able to use them quite offensively in this game, and they have wiped out this Hormogaunt unit. And then we elected not to fire with the Trigon. We're going to try and reach those Warriors in close combat. So some effective shooting. It all hangs now on these combats. If we have a good round, we may tip the scale back again. It's backwards and forwards, really. We still can't make our mind up on this game. Going to go into assaults now. The Ravener trying to reach the Venom Thrope. He's in. Those two will mix it up. The Children of Cryptus, they're going through cover. They're trying to leave the woods. The Warriors, yeah. Wall, double 6. So Will's going to do his Overwatch there. We'll make it in, hopefully. He's got a fair amount of Overwatch shots to do. So we've made it in. 1 Gene Stealer brought down. And then the rest of the squad will make it into combat, so we'll just move those in. And we will charge the Gaunts in. I think we're going to have to. That unit's probably lost 6, we make it in, so there'll be a combat here as well. It'd be a miracle if they survive, and it'd be a miracle if they win. Yeah, then round here. Trigon trying to reach the Warriors. I reckon we need a 7 or an 8. 10 will do it. There'll be some Overwatch shooting coming in, but the Trigon storms in to contact with the Warriors. That's good news, a good result there for the Reds. Right, so we're going to do this combat here. The Venom Thrope will go first with his Lash Whip, so we're just going to do his attacks now. 2 attacks, 1 hit, and
poison 2 up.
Poison 2+, 1 wound. 5 up to save. No. So it's a wound on the Ravener. In return, we get 5 attacks. 3's to hit. 3 hits. 6 is good. 1 6 and a wound. So there's a save coming up here. We'll roll a 1. The Venom Thrope destroyed by the victorious Ravener. So he consolidates 2 inches. That's another victory point there. Each side knocking them up. Now we do the combat against the Warriors. Right, so Will's going to go first with the Warriors against the Children of Kryptos. It's the first time really they've ever ploughed into combat. He's hit me on freeze. The paroxysm has reduced us down, so we're not fighting as well as we could. And he's hit
on 4s.
4s to wound. 5 up save. No, it's another Gene Stealer dies. A couple of Gene Stealers being brought down and a wound on the Spawn of Kryptos. We've got 4 Gene Stealers left. Will's done some damage there, and it's handy having those Lash Whips. The Spawn of Kryptos is still alive and 4 Gene Stealers. So we're going to strike back here. Fancy to have some chance. 4 attacks each with the regular Gene Stealers on the charge. And they'll be at strength 4 rending. Weapon skill 3, so it's 4s. Pretty good. Pretty good, won't complain at that. And then 6s are good. There's a 6. And 4 saves of 5+. 5 saves of 4+.
Failed 3.
Failed 3.
So that's 2 dead.
So that's 2 dead so far. The last wound on 1, and then 3 more wounds knocked up. So 1 left. It's now down to the Spawn of Kryptos to finish him off. 4 attacks basic, 1 for weapons, 1 for charging. So we're on weapon skill 5 against weapon skill 5. So 4s. We've got 3. 666 would be good. There's a 6, and he's at strength 5. So just 1 wound dealt out on the warrior. So working out here, it's 5 each, 5 wounds on the Warriors and 1 wound on the Spawn of Kryptos and 4 Gene Stealers. That's a draw. So the 2 have cancelled each other out. That melee will continue. Just pile in. Gene Stealers close in. The Warrior's quite isolated now, but he's done well. So down to this combat here, we'll probably lose this one. Will go first with his gaunts. 2 attacks each as standard, so he gets 18 attacks. 18 attacks at 4s to hit. 4s to hit. Yeah, roughly average. Just taking some dice away there. Yeah, maybe in trouble. If he rolls well here, then he might wipe out the squad. 4s again.
Yeah.
3. 3 saves are 6+.
AP6, isn't it?
No, or AP6 with those claws. So 3 gaunts brought down. We'll now fight back. 4 attacks, 2 hits, 2 wounds, 2 saves. No, so 2 gaunts die. No, he wins. Yeah. We're out of synapse range here. It's a bit of a blunder. We're bust. And we'll be chased. We run 6. Will rolls well.
No, 2.
2. We run 2d6. 11 inches. The gaunts do not like it. They're going to hurry back into the woods, and Will can consolidate with his gaunts. Right, so just combat results there on turn 3 for the red Tyranids. The melee continues there with the warrior making his last stand. The gaunts lost and have fallen back to the woods, and the Hormagaunts just shifting over towards the Morlock. And down here, the Warriors did well. They held their ground. They weren't destroyed by the Trigon. Just 1 wound dealt out. Their synapse, they'll continue the fight. And then the Spore Mines have been pushed out of the way and destroyed by the Turvigon. So that's the end of turn 3 for the red Tyranids. Going to go on to turn 4 now for Will's greens. Game could shift around again. It's backwards and forwards. We'll see what he does now on green Tyranid turn 4. Right, turn 4 for Will's green Tyranids. He's gone into glide mode now. so we'll be able to assault him if we survive. And we was going to do psychic powers and shoot, no doubt. And then the warriors continuing their combat here against the Trigon. The unit's starting to thin out now. There's a good half of each side has been destroyed. Morlock here may well be assaulted by both of the Gaunt units. And then the warrior continues his assault against the Children of Cryptus. Lictors moving in. They sense the opportunity. They can have an impact in the centre. And then gliding here, or swooping still with this winged hive tyrant, pivoting and then moving up the table, dominating the skies. So we're going to go on to psychic phase now for the green Tyranids on turn 4. Okay, psychic phase for the green Tyranids on turn 4. Not too much going on there, just feel no pain granted to this winged hive tyrant. And that's about it. So we're going to go on to the shooting phase now for Will's green Tyranids on turn 4. Right, winged hive tyrant firing down at the venom throat. He's picking him off. He's got 10 wounds. We're going to go to ground, but it's not enough. He's dead. Will's firing at the Tervagon now.
T6, force.
Force to wound. There's a few. 5, 6. 6 saves, 3+. I failed 3. You've knocked up some wounds there. So that's 3 wounds on the Tervagon. It's 2/3 dead. Excellent firepower from the winged hive tyrants, causing damage all across the board, knocking up vital points as we're coming towards the end of this game. And really, this Tyranid, the Reds haven't really had a reply to them. Okay, so shooting done. They going on to assaults now. The Lictors are going to try and reach the ongoing combat here and make a difference. We're also going to roll up. We reckon 7 inches would do it. He's going to re-roll both.
Yeah.
And he's in. He's got 9. Lictors make it in. This could tip the game. It really could. If Will can make a difference with the Lictors.
So, these guys getting in. Yeah.
Okay. Hormagaunts are going to swarm the Morlock now. This could be painful. You may see the Reds taking a lot of damage on this turn. Alright, lots of combat now. Just 2 tyrants flying around and then a ton of combats. So we're going to get these resolved and then we'll see what the game looks like after they're done. Right, so this combat here, the warriors didn't do any damage to the Trigon, and then we caused 3 wounds. It's a whole warrior base destroyed. So we won the combat there, but Snap's creature, they'll continue the fight, but the Trigon standing its ground and doing damage here. Now Will's doing 27 attacks with the charging Hormagaunts, and his weapons are poisoned, so he could be in a lot of trouble. It's a good upgrade to take. So 4s. I think he's way above average here. Yeah, he's done pretty good.
That wasn't a knocked over with my hand.
Yeah. Okay.
Then
4s to win. Not quite average, but still, it's a fair amount scored. Yeah. Whole cluster of dice. Good rolls. You've got 3+ armour. We take 3 wounds. He's half killed it with Hormagaunts. Strike back 3 attacks here and get 1 hit and then 1 kill. It'd be on the 1.
Which one do you want to go?
Yeah, on the single. Yeah, so 1 attack done. We lost the combat with Monstrous Creature. Yes, the Morlock's fearless. It will continue the combat, but it's taking heavy casualties there. That's that combat done. Then we've got this one here to resolve in the centre between the Lone Warrior and the Lictors. The Children of Cryptus. So combat results there in the centre. The Children of Cryptus have gone. 2 wounds on the Lictor and the Warrior was killed, but the Lictors in revenge destroyed the remainder of that unit. So they're all gone and Will's consolidated. So I reckon the game's tipped back in Will's favour here. It's swings and roundabouts. We're going to go on to turn 4 now for the Red Tyranids. See what they can do in reply. They've got to do something good because they are in jeopardy here at the moment. Right, turn 4 for the Red Tyranids. I think we've lost here, but we'll have to calculate points a bit later on. The two Carnifexes moving up and over the hillside here, going to try and reach these lictors. The Gaunts moving up and through to try and join this combat, along with the last of the Raveners. This Gaunt unit swinging round and going through the gap here to shoot the lictors, and then the Venomthrope and the two Gaunts just trying to survive inside the woods. Tervigon, gravely wounded, turns to face the gliding Hive Tyrant, and then the melees continue here with the Morlock and here with the Trigon. So some melee's already going on, and then other red Tyranid units trying to set themselves up to assault as well. So we're going to go on to Psychic phase now on turn 4 for the Reds. Right, nothing on the Psychic phase there. We tried to cast Dominion, but Will's just blocked it. So we're going to go on to shooting now on turn 4 for the Reds. Right, so we're going to fire the Gaunts here at the lictors. Hopefully a mass amount of shots will bring them down a little bit. 4s to hit. I mean, their strength 4.
That's the AP.
So, yeah. We're saying here that Flesh Borers are AP 5, so we get a good roll here. We'll have to go to his cover save. Disappointing. 4 saves there. He'll get stealth, actually, so it's a 6+. So we might be able to bring one of these lictors down. So he's rolling up here. He's saved none. The lead lictor dies and a wound is taken on another. So it's pretty good shooting from the Gaunts. Gaunts in the woods here will fire. 1 hit, no wound. I think we're going to have to fire the other Gaunts at them as well. So that is 8 shots. 5, 6, 7, 8. Needing 4s. That's good rolling. Then needing 4s again. Not so good. There's 4 threes in there. That's a shame. 1 save of 6+. No, so we lost a lictor. And it's on its last wound. So there's 1 lictor left. Right, so that's shooting done. Pretty effective against the lictors there. Going to go on to assaults now. There's a couple of units to charge in. Assaults for the Tyranids here, the Reds. The Carnifex has failed to charge the lictor, but he's been swamped by Gaunts. Melee continues here. The Ravener charging in. The Tervigon charging in. And then the continuing melee against the Trigon. So desperate stuff. The last unit's all being engaged here. Everything's engaged in combat apart from the Carnifexes and Winged Hive Tyrant here, and the last remnants in the woods there. But there's a real desperate struggle here in the centre. Going to get these combats resolved, and the results of those may well determine the result of the game. Okay, doing this Morlock attack first here. Will is going to throw everything at the Morlock. 40 wood.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys. 8 times 2 is 16.
16 attacks. Not quite as many. We're gambling here that we will survive this. 4s he needs. Ooh. 4s to wound. He's got 1. Make this save. Come on. Yes, we do. Morlock fighting back. Gets 1 hit and a kill. So Ravener here gets 3 hits, so weapon skill 5 and strength 4, 2 saves of Rending Claws, AP 5, so that's 2 more casualties on the Gaunts there. We win the combat. There's no synapse, so Will's got a morale check to do. Lost the combat by 3. It's going to be something good. Failed. We'll chase with the Ravener on a 6. Initiative 5. No, Ravener's hunted them down. So we'll consolidate here. That's worked out really well for the Reds. So there's still a chance here of victory. Right, so combat results on turn 4 for the Reds. It's not gone too well at all. The Lictor's destroyed. He's gone. And then we consolidated up towards this direction. But then the Tervigon died, and Synaptic Backlash took out the 2 remaining Gaunts just in the woods there, so Will got a point for that. A couple of Gaunts destroyed here. And then with his Lash Whip and Bone Sword, special rule, rolled a 6 here on a wound, and the Tervigon is no more. So another result there for Will. We've just got to consolidate that unit a couple of inches, and then we're going to go on to turn 5 for the greens. Not much left on the table. 2 winged hive tyrants, barely touched, and then 2 warriors. Right, moving for the greens, it was quite easy, quite straightforward. So swooping with this guy, moving up the table, and then still gliding with this winged hive tyrant. Really, those two have made the difference in this game. And then the warriors just looking to take on the Raven in the Woods, picking up another point for Will. So we're going to go on to Psychic Phase now on turn 5 for the green Tyranids. Okay, Psychic Phase down, Paroxysm cast on the Carnifexes here, reducing their weapon skill, ballistic skill by 3, and then 3 Gaunts destroyed by Psychic Scream. So I'm going to go into Shooting Phase now, which there will be some for Will's green Tyranids. Right, mopping up action now. Will's been taking on units here. The Venom Throat passed a whole load of cover saves. He survived Will's shooting attack coming through the woods on 1 wound. A load of Gaunts killed by the shooting here from the Hive Tyrant at the Gaunts. We may need to take round check for them. So we'll do that now. Bust. And we're going to run 4 inches into the woods, no doubt, or back towards our deployment zone. Then the other shooting, we'll move those back there, but the other shooting here, the Ravener was killed. Another point for Will. The Warriors firing up into the woods there. The last Ravener brought down, his last 2 wounds gone. So a couple of assaults now, but with those Gaunts falling back, the winged hive tyrant may not make it in, but we'll see. So turn 5's over here. We tried to assault here with the winged hive tyrant, rolled a 3, so he hasn't made it into combat. So that marks the end of turn 5. We're going to go on to red Tyranid turn 5. Game can end at the end of this turn. They're going to need to do something amazing because we think there's more points been scored by the greens, but we'll see. Tyranid turn 5 coming up. Right, reds are becoming an endangered species now on the planet. Gaunts falling back here. They found didn't roll very well on their instinctive behaviour table. Venom Throat had to fall back as well, and these Gaunts had to seek cover, so they're behind here, just trying to grant themselves cover saves. Carnifex is past. They've swung round 6 inches, and then the Morlock passed, and he's gone up this direction away from the Warriors. We're going to go on to shooting now. And yeah, straight into shooting. There's no psychic stuff here for these Tyranids. So shooting phase coming up for the reds on turn 5. Yeah, it's just shooting here, a couple of snapshots, no damage, and then just we ran 3 inches in this direction with the Morlock. So just going to go on to assaults now. We reckon need 11 or 12 with the Carnifexes charging the winged hive tyrant. 11 or 12, we've got ourselves a nice melee at the end of this game. Will, look at the dice. Double 6. The Carnifexes have made it. They're going to crash into the hive tyrant. Will's going to do his Overwatch here. You can hear the dice rolling, but we may well have ourselves a bust up at the end of the game and a potential for a couple of points for the Reds. Right, so right at the end of the game there, the Carnifexes have made it in against the winged hive tyrant. Nice showdown between these two forces at the very last throws of the dice here. 2 wounds taken, double 1 rolled in our saves from Overwatch, so one of the Carnifexes is half dead, but both make it in. Going to resolve these combats now. 2d3 Hammer of Wrath. Whoa, 6 Hammer of Wrath at strength 9. They all wound, so Will's got 6 saves to make straight away with the living battering ram pouring in. 3 1s. That's a lot of 1s. Winged Hive Tyrant taking 3 wounds as the tusked beasts smash into him. He's going to strike back here, much higher initiative. See if he can bring down one of the Carnifexes, will be his mission. Yeah, he's hit with all of them. Now he's going to roll up for wounds. Strength 6, toughness 6, and he's 4s. He's done it on 1, which means both Carnifexes survive. Right, first Carnifex with the Scything Talons. 4s to hit. Whoa. Right, just getting the results there. That's the wounds that we've done. So the Winged Hive Tyrant has been taken out. Didn't use those Carnifexes all game, and then at the very end, they've done something, and they'll consolidate 5 inches. Right, so the Carnifexes have moved off 5 inches in this direction. That marks the end of the turn. There's no more assaults. Turn 5 is over. We'll let Will roll up here. On 1 or 2, the game's over and we'll calculate points. Boy, this has been close. No, turn 6 coming up. Turn 6 for the Greens. 1 Hive Tyrant and 2 Warriors left. Right, so on to Green Tyranid turn 6. Just a temporary loss of sound here. So just dubbing over the top of the action here. Hardly any units left on the table. Will just moving his Warriors over to try and take out the Morlock. Just backing off there with the Winged Hive Tyrant. Just going to use his firepower to bring those down. And that is about it. There's hardly anything left on the table. That's what really was a good thing about this clash. Not much left on the table for either side. And just the last of my units just falling back there. So we went on to shooting. We were just firing the Winged Hive Tyrant. Excellent performance from it in the game. And he's just rolling up his wounds. That's 12 shots there, getting loads of hits. As usual, very reliable rate of fire. Then plenty of wounds coming through. And just rolling up saves. And that resulted in a kill on one of the Carnifexes there, just being picked off by that reliable firepower. So that's that shooting done there. Reliable firepower from them all game long. They've been an asset. Then he's just firing a couple of shots off up towards the Morlock. A couple of hits there. And then no wounds. Then charged on into combat against the Morlock, rolling a good distance there for his charge range. Making contact with the Morlock, and Will's going to go first with the Lash Whip and Bone Sword. Remember, if he gets a 6 when he wounds, it causes instant death. And so he's just rolling up his hits here. Nice lot of attacks with those close combat weapons. And then there's his hits, and then wounds. He's looking for a 6 on one of these dice, and yeah, he got it. So one swipe of the sword, the Morlock is destroyed. Didn't even get to fight back. So that's the combat's done. Another kill point there for killing the Morlock, and then a kill point there for the Carnifex as well. So not much left on the table. A good turn for Will though, knocking up 2 more points, pushing him on towards a possible victory. Right, so turn 6 for the Reds, and the Gaunts here rallied and just have moved a few inches into cover. And then we passed morale with all of these for our synapse checks, so all those are holding their position as well. And then we've made the decision to charge with the lone Carnifex. We'll probably lose, but we've got to get that kill point. We've got to deny that line breaker potential as well. So we're going to go on to assaults now. Yeah, we're going to have to charge. We make 9 inches. I think we make it in. It's 9 inches.
You're in.
We're in, but do we survive as we go in? Will's going to shoot here. 6s. He's got 3. And he's going to re-roll. He's got another one. Oh, no, 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 no. No. 2 saves. Took a wound, took a wound. Combat goes on. D3 hammer of rough attacks. 3 attacks. 3 wounds.
Made 1. Well, I didn't see what that was, so I'll reroll it.
Okay, he's taking a wound. Winged Hive Tyrant's half dead, probably not enough. He'll go first. 4 attacks. This is tense at the end.
Yep.
They've all hit. Just needs a 4. Over. Only just. Very good. Carnifex brought down. Winged Hive Tyrant holds his own. So Will can consolidate there, and that'll mark the end of turn 6. 3 inches. I think he'll head off in this direction, yeah. Just edging closer to the lurking Tyranids here. We will let Will roll up. 4+, the game will continue. On to turn 7. It does, the last and final turn coming up. Turn 7 for the greens. So we're just moving here nice and quick. The warrior's moving up. He might be in range for some shooting. And then he's gone into swooping mode here to use a psychic power, I think, and shoot. So he's going to go on to shooting phase now for the greens on turn 7. Psychic phase done. Just paroxysm on this unit of gaunts here, so knocking their weapon skill and ballistic skill down by 1 point. So Will's just going to do shooting now. Really is a mopping up action.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, turn done for Will. He's killed the venom throat here, another victory point, and the warriors firing up did no damage on the gaunts. So red turn 7 coming up. Yeah, right, turn 7 for the reds here. Falling back here, fouled morale, and then past morale with these guys. We're just going to do some snap firing at this winged hive tyrant, and then we're done. Right, so shooting done there. Just snap firing. No damage done on the winged hive tyrant. No assaults as he's in swooping mode. So that's the end of the game. We're going to calculate points here. We're both not sure, but we reckon the victory will go to Will. We're going to figure it out. Right, so we've worked out the points here at the end of the game, and the score is 13 points to the reds and 15 points to the greens. But really tight game, almost like for like, but Will has edged it here at 15 points, and he's done very well indeed. This unit here falling back counted as a victory point, and killing that last card effects over there. Did it. Victory here for greens. Tight game, enjoyable one. Tyranids against Tyranids is great fun. And then when you play, both players know the rules, so the game flows nicely along. It's an enjoyable one, but it's a victory to the Tyranids here and defeat to the Tyranids as well. But that marks the end of the game. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time. Just talking about units of the game here, I liked the Hive Crone. It did all right. Vector striking and draw cannon caused some damage. Will, what do you reckon for the winged hive tyrants? Yeah, definitely have to agree. Harassment value, very, very good indeed, and they survived right to the very end and brought victory to the green Tyranids.